All right, so we got Reid Henry sitting backstage, and we are going to bring him in right now. Reid, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. Now that we're hopefully not dropping as many frames and moving on about business, so now we get a chance to talk to you, and we were talking off the air for a minute or two. A big fan of everything that you've been a part of. My
Thanks, man.
Darkest Days, Deadset Society, now doing your solo stuff. So tell me a little bit about, since you've been in the business, what do you think some of the differences are between when you started into the business and where you're at now?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, gosh, I started 12 years ago, more 15 years ago. So it's changed. The whole landscape has changed. The way people consume music has changed. When I started playing guitar, people put a circular disc in um, a slot and would listen to music that way. So things are completely, I'm sure you also did.
That's like explaining an 8-track, back in like the 90s to somebody. It's like
uh,
explaining a CD now. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
It hurts and it's funny at the same time.
it's great. Yeah, it's a beautiful mix of cringe and nostalgia.
That's right. That's right.
Where,
Yeah, so I mean, the industry's changed. I mean, certainly, I'm excited about change. I like change. I think change is growth, and I think that you can armchair it and decide whether something's good or bad. But at the end of the day, there are people making history and people not making history, and I think at the end of the day, it comes out in the wash that way. So you can try and contribute and make a contribution and try and shape that landscape. You know, and leave your mark or whatever, make your mark, as they say. So I've always just tried to have a positive spin on the way music industry has changed, and take advantage of the changes in the landscape and changes in the technology, not only just musically, and use that to inform maybe musical choices, but also just as like how to market music and how to I guess reach people.
I hope people just listen to that last statement or all of that, thought he just put out there, because we've been screaming that for a while now, right? People complain all the time about nobody buys music anymore, and that does suck. Spotify reimbursements suck, but the trade-off there is the exposure, the distribution, and the amount of people that you can reach. And like you said, adapting to the new technology and learning how to manipulate your way through it and grow an audience. And then, maybe you don't sell a CD for $20 anymore, but you can sell a ton of shirts or bring more people into your live shows, right? For a concert ticket price, or right. So I think that's what you're referring to. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah, totally.
I think a lot of new artists need to hear that, because they maybe don't quite get that yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's if you approach it from a negative perspective, I don't think you're going to get as much out. That being said, I didn't start playing music to be rich or to make a career or anything. I just kind of I don't know, maybe used it to rebel or something, or I don't know, maybe to spite my parents. But
all of those things, right? And to
yeah,
to
exactly.
have airplanes and private jets and
Oh
yachts
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
for
So
sure, for sure, of course. But
so
yeah, when you sit down as an artist to make music, and when you set out to gosh, I never really decided to do it really. I guess I did when I left my parents' house and moved to a rehearsal. There's a place that we were living in. It's you could rehearse anytime. It's called Rehearsal Factory in the city, and I was 19, and was fortunate to move next door to the My Darkest Days guys, who our singer Matt, as you may know, his brother also plays in 3 Days Grace. At the time, they had some success, of course. So we were, I was just super fortunate to get to meet those guys and to learn as much as I have from them and from that set of circumstances. I was never really chose a path in music. It just kind of, was always what I did. So very lucky to be around super talented people that were very, very skilled.
awesome. So tell us a little bit about your solo end of it. Your first single was Monster, I believe,
Yeah, that's right.
which we're going to get the pleasure of hearing here in just a few minutes. And now you're on to a single that we are actually playing on our radio station, our radio app. It's called The Blind. So tell me a little bit about getting into, jumping in feet first on your own stuff.
Yeah, well, gosh, I've always made music, so it didn't really feel like much of a departure for me. Like when, the beginning of 2020 set in, and we were all sort of stuck home, I sort of just like did what I was gonna do anyway, I guess, in a lot of ways, which was just like make music in my studio, which, yeah, I mean, it definitely with a different intensity and with a different intention. But really, excited about all of the songs that I've got kind of going on. I think the biggest difference between now and anything else I've always done is I feel like for the first time I'm not worried about like I forgive songs more now than I think I ever have. I was always just trying to like chalk stuff up and like hold one song up to another, and is this like good enough for this or that or whatever. Like now I think there's a lot more, I'm liberated in a lot of ways as a writer and as an artist, and I'm not worried about whether something's going to get 10 million streams or 1 million stream or no streams. Like I'm kind of more at peace than I've ever been. I think that's just from doing it for so long, I guess. I don't know.
I got you.
Yeah, that takes some experience, I think, right? To be able to, like you're saying, like not worried about so much what it's going to do, but just does it make you feel something, or is the quality there?
Exactly. Yeah. And just stuff that I think my new metric is going to be like, if I'm going to be proud of it in 10 years or cringe at it in 10 years, should I do this?
That's right.
It's going to be like my bracelet.
If only the disco people would have thought that way.
Yes, exactly. Like, don't do that.
Don't. No, so bad. Yeah. Except for the Bee Gees, though. The Bee Gees somehow made it through. I don't know how they did it.
True. Well, great songs. Great songs.
Yeah.
You said it earlier. Great songs will transcend genre. And what a great conversation you guys were having. I had the pleasure of definitely enjoying the beginning of your show, and I'm so grateful to be here. It's good times. So thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, man.
No, and that's the thing with us is, and we've crossed it several times, that we don't care about the genre.
Yeah.
We're here to promote music, and the whole thing is it doesn't matter what you play, as long as you're happy playing it and there's people listening to it. Who the hell cares about everybody else's opinion? So
yeah, man, absolutely.
So you want to roll into Monster for us? And
yeah,
I'm more excited about an acoustic set on this than I am anything else. So
Kevin, not to interrupt, but make sure you click his audio thing, because it'll jack it up if not.
Cool.
I will do it right now.
And then
Yep. We should be good.
It's easy to see through and hold on, let you down. I feel pain, I feel numb, the monster I've become. I feel dead, I feel cold, I think I'm better off alone. So run away, take yourself, and there's nothing left to know else. I feel pain, I feel numb, I hate the monster I've become. Hold on, let you down. I feel fake, I feel numb, I hate the monster I've become. I feel dead, I feel cold, I think I'm better off alone. So run away and save yourself, before there's nothing left and no one else. I feel fake, I feel numb, I hate the monster I've become. Empty on the inside, broken, I don't know right. So long, now it's too late. There's nothing left of me. I feel fake, I feel numb, I hate the monster I've become. I feel dead, I feel cold, I think I'm better off alone. So run away, save yourself, for there's nothing left and no one else. I feel fake, I feel numb, I hate the monster I've become. The monster I've become.
Nice.
Man.
So I've seen you quite a few times on doing your own live streams of playing the music and things like that. And I think the first time I saw it or saw you do it was I actually was scrolling through and I just recently liked your page or something. And you were actually doing porn star dancing. I'm like, whoa, wait a second, let me go back for a minute. so
Yeah.
but that's one of those like porn star dancing. We do. I work for a fight company, and my buddy does all the music. He always plays that song during the some point during the fights, but I won't let him play anything other than the version with Ludacris in it. So that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man, that was
Great.
awesome.
Thank
was
you.
absolutely
Thank you
killer.
so much. Thank you. Yeah, I stripped it down more than I usually. I typically like jam with. I have a couple of different drum machines I play with, some tracks that I've made that I do. But it's sometimes it's fun to just just jam and not dress it up too much.
I get it. So if somebody's looking for Reid Henry, where can they find him?
Yeah, definitely. My website's reidhenrymusic.com. I'm on Spotify and all of the various streaming services and stuff. And I'm on Facebook. It's Reid David Henry. That's my other handle. On all of the socials, of course. And I actually have a live stream concert that I'm going to be performing on January 23rd, which is on my Facebook as well. So check that out if you haven't, for sure.
Awesome. Well, Reid, I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And
Hey,
love
when
Go
life
ahead.
gets back to normal, and people are touring again and music's happening again, can you give us like a soft commitment of somewhere in the Biloxi area to come through and jam some shit?
100%. Totally,
All right,
man.
man.
I love me some Biloxi, dude. It's been too long.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna hold you to that. That's on video. We'll replay that when we
I'm
see
coming
you.
back.
I did tell him it was the first time I saw him was with My Darkest Days and Hinder at the Hard Rock. And it was actually a date night, and I got so damn wasted. Michelle had to sit on my lap on a chair so I wouldn't get up and do anything stupid.
Those days are gone, Kevin. Those
They
days
are.
behind you.
But those stories are fun to tell now. So what an idiot I was. Well, Reid, thank you so much and good luck. And hopefully we can get you back on the show again in the future.
I hope so. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Take care.
All right, man.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Bye-bye.